Go follow the band, bro. For Physical Sport, and we are back with another episode of the Smoke Screen. Next to me is Rose. Next to her is B. Under me is Tip, the bartender, and you should do that. And next to her is Cara. How are you?
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
Everything is
Well, thank you. Well, thank you.
copacetic. What is the strain of the day?
Okay, so I got Candy Simpson here with me, and we kind of messing with some hazelnut. It's a hybrid, and I like it a lot. So that's what we messing with tonight.
Sound like you've been messing with it already, Rose.
Yeah,
You've been messing with it already.
yeah, it's trouble. I mean, also this that I've been, this is trouble too.
Combination, combo, one, two knockout.
Mhm.
Once I hit it and my throat get dry, I get parched. Then I need to wet my whistle. I go to the bar, and what do I get to?
regular old fashioned water, because that's what you need every day of your life.
1 part hydrogen, 2 part oxygen, or is it two? Is that how I go?
Hydrogen, 2
Yes.
point hydrogen.
H,
So
H2O.
H's 1 O.
So 2 parts hydrogen,
Yeah,
1
Yes.
part oxygen.
one
Yes.
oxygen. Yes, that's the recipe.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
the recipe. Don't try to make your own.
You can't make your own,
Don't try
though.
to make your own.
Cat Williams said that.
Blow yourself up.
He said that's the only recipe you can get that you can't make it
That's
yourself.
right.
That's it. You got the recipe.
He said you know how to
You
do what
got the ingredients.
Yeah,
the ingredients, but you can't make it.
Now,
you'll try to do that and blow yourself up, and
all the way.
That's it.
five people and stuff will be knocking at your door.
Yeah.
If you in the
If
woods,
there's no left.
they'll be knocking at your cabin.
Aha. I like that segue. That segue was beautiful.
Full circle.
Knock at the cabin.
That's
and
it.
M. Night Shyamalan movie. Whose pick is this?
So this was definitely my pick. I am a big M. Night Shyamalan fan, and I try to catch most of his movies in the theaters. Sometimes I don't, but I try my best. And I like the fact that he puts a twist in his movies for the most part, not all of them. And this one kind of veered away from his normal script, I guess you could say, his normal way of doing things. So I still enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
Mm.
It definitely veered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, they say he is known for his plot twists and changes.
Yes.
This one
Mhm.
veered. Let's get right into it. What did we like about this movie?
So I like that the dude that playing Guardians of the Galaxy was in this movie. He is always yes, him. I like him in anything that he plays in. I think he's a good
Mhm.
actor. Like
Yeah,
He is.
you know,
He
he's
is.
like he's really good as an actor, and he did really
Yeah.
well in this movie. So
Yes.
I liked him, and yeah. That's it. Move on from me.
So so I liked that it was just a story. It was just a story. And it was, to me, it was an interesting story. I like apocalyptic movies. So I enjoyed the fact that this was a opportunity for this family to try to stop this apocalypse and try to save the entire human race. And Dave Bautista, I love him. He is surprisingly a good actor.
Yes.
When he was in first started in well, the first time I really noticed him as an actor was in Guardians of the Galaxy, and even then I felt as though he was better than not better than he was just as good as the makeup he was wearing. He was putting into
Really?
his character what was on, just as good as what was on the outside of him. So, yeah, and he did a really good job in here too. I felt like he was the gentlest big guy in the world. Like I could see him working with little kids and being with, being a good teacher to the little kids. So, yeah, I enjoyed this movie. It
Ain't he a
kept me
wrestler or something?
entertained. Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to be.
He used to be? Okay.
A wrestler?
That's
Yeah,
where
he was a
I
wrestler.
that's
thought
where he
so.
started.
I thought so.
That was his start. And
I
then
want to say Guardians of the Galaxy might have been his first like big
Role.
role.
Breakout role.
yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I like the movie. It was a little frustrating at times. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna get to that part.
I know exactly what you mean.
I am very much a M. Night fan. Like very, very much so. I want to see everything that he's done. I try to see it. And the last one I saw was old. Because this is the next movie in his, in his catalog.
Repertoire.
Yes, absolutely. So old, I really enjoyed. Like it had his signature twist, and that's what I look for when I watch M. Night movies. This didn't have that for me. I liked Batista's character. Um, I liked the actors that they chose to play the parts, but the story left something. It didn't leave anything because it was predictable to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey,
Moving on.
we ain't even gonna hold y'all. What didn't we like about the movie?
Get into it.
Don't speak it once.
To me. Okay. I don't fuck with M. Night Shyamalan. I'm just gonna say that I don't fuck with his movies. I don't know this man, so I can't say I don't fuck with M. Night Shyamalan. I don't know him, but his movies are hit or miss for me. Like I can't say I follow him. I'm surprised by some of the movies that I like that are his sometimes because of so many movies I don't like by him. But we're not talking about them. We talking about this one. And this one was very predictable. When the little girl was talking to Bautista in the beginning, I knew exactly what was gonna happen from like that conversation all the way. Like I knew something had to happen to somebody of that family. Like period. So when it all came out and it was biblical 4 horsemen of the apocalypse type of scenario and everything like that, I was like, okay, a different twist on that, if you will, but all very much predictable to me. So
yeah. I will say that for me, the end was a little bit anticlimactic. Like I expected something else to happen, and maybe that's because I'm just used to him that being their twist at the end. But in this case, he's like, I'm not giving y'all a twist. Just watch this movie. Just listen to the story I'm finna tell you, and that's it. The end.
Yeah.
Finn. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah.
See, when it comes to
I
art,
the credits to end because ain't shit happening after that.
I was a little frustrated with the fact that all they had to prove that this shit was really happening was some on TV. And it was like, just turn the TV on. It's right there. Like in my mind, I'm like, what if they just like set the TV up to be on a special channel? Like they ain't never
even the man said that.
They ain't never tried to verify nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it just was on one channel too. They would just turn it off and on. And like he was like, you could have recorded this or you could have had this made.
And
but
I think they did flip channels because they had a program on for the little girl at one point, and then they turned it to the news or whatever. And that's when the man started talking about yada yada yada. And I was like, definitely ask questions, but definitely he didn't ask enough. Like there, like you said, there was no like real verification. Like all of that
Or
seemed like it's been staged for me.
even
I need to see outside. I need to see some shit happening above me.
right. And even they were sent there, like they had been having these visions for so long, these horrific visions, and they were told what they were supposed to do, what they were supposed to wear, the weapons that they were supposed to make, but they were not given any real tools to make these people believe what they were saying. The only tool they were given was themselves, their words, the weapons that they made, and that was on the TV. That's all they got to convince these people that one of y'all got to die to save the whole world.
And I think that was the point, right? Like, you're supposed to do this out of
faith,
kindness, genuineness, out of faith. Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah, that was
sure.
This man that made a movie poking fun at the Bible.
Also,
you don't know.
I don't know what's in the movie.
It was very revelations. It was very revelation.
Yeah, I don't think he was poking fun at it. I think he was just telling the story.
Yeah.
I feel like there was some level of homophobia.
Let's talk about it.
Saying we respect your relationship. We respect your relationship. Why even bring it up? If all you needed for one of these people to be sacrificed, why even bring up their sexuality?
Well, I think that they thought they were there because they were gay. They were saying, we don't care nothing about y'all being gay. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We here because the world about to come to an end. So they were trying to convince them that there was no homophobia involved. We're not here.
I mean, there was in regards to the guy, because the guy did. It was to the dude that like assaulted him previously. Coincidentally, this was a person that he had a run-in with before. He recognized them. So there was that aspect of homophobia intentionally. But, you know, outside of that, that was just dumb luck on their part that guy had an interaction, you know, with them. If it hadn't been for that, they probably, you know, could have convinced them with the TV shit that was on there and yada, yada, yada. But old boy knew it was something fishy with him. And of course, that made him think, nah, this some bullshit. He ain't shit. I know him. You know, yada, yada, yada.
This wasn't they all,
you know,
wasn't they all connected in some way, though? Like, I thought they all had some.
They were the only two.
It was just really dumb luck on his part. Like, all of them had the visions, but he was the
black lady wasn't a nurse while they was at the hospital.
And that's what okay, let's talk about that shit, Takara. That's what I wanted. I was looking for the black lady to be a nurse that assisted him at the hospital. I was looking for the lady who was a chef. I was looking for maybe they stopped at a restaurant at that restaurant. Got a pie from her. None of that. None of that. They could have did that, but they didn't.
I think they
the only connection
of their jobs.
Yeah.
Oh, but they didn't put them together. Like, I thought when he was in the hospital from the fight, that she was in the bathroom.
No.
And her badge was something.
So I made up for her to be the, you know, I was looking for that to happen. That's what I was waiting for. It's for all of them to be tied to that situation some kind of way. It didn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah. The only connection, the only people, Ron Weasley and them were the only two that had a connection.
Ron Weasley.
He did good. He did good though.
He did.
Really good.
I never seen him not as Ron Weasley.
I did not even know that was Ron Weasley until y'all said it.
I didn't either.
He did good. He did really good.
He did really goddamn good because I didn't even know that was him. So yeah, he did really good. But yeah, it was just, it could have been better.
Not at the cabin. Matter of fact, don't even knock at my cabin, because what I'm doing in it is none of your business. But
that's it.
Since
we had to watch it, what are we giving a knock at the cabin?
Okay. So listen. I I gave this movie a 2.5. Bless you. Bless you. I gave it a
Thank you.
2.5. I have seen better M. Night Shyamalan movies. So this movie, it wasn't bad to me. It just wasn't great to me. I appreciated the storyline. I feel like I've either read it or seen it before. So it was predictable and I gave it 2.5.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. This is not his best film. It actually reminded me of the Left Behind book series that came out a
Yes.
long time ago.
Yeah.
I've
Those
read
are
a great
good.
many. I read a great
Me
many of
too.
those books, and this movie reminded me of those books.
It was scary.
Um, it was scary. Those books are scary. But they're good.
They are.
Um,
Yeah,
and
they're
I'm
really
gonna give it
good.
a three. I'm a yeah. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. Simply because it was a good story, not his best movie, but still a good watch. At least it was for me.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It was decent, predictable, yes. I'll give it a 3 as well.
Yeah, this is it was a decent movie. It's one of my least favorite M. Night movies, unfortunately. I'm gonna give it a 3 as well. I'm probably gonna give it like a 2.8 because honestly, it just I didn't even want to. Yeah,
Not a
this one I didn't
2.8.
like. It. I didn't like it. 2.8.
Not a
All right.
2.8.
Hey man, knock at your cabin and give your movie a 2.8. Knock at the cabin comes away with a solid 2.5 blunt from the smoke screen.
Oh man.
The art was respected, but what the core fan base wanted to see was not there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you might like it. Go
yeah.
check it out
They hit you differently.
and
You
see
know.
what's going on with it. And that will do it for another episode of the Smoke Screen. Make sure you smoke when you scream. And see us
Yes.
next week.
Bye.